And ladies and gentlemen, in the case of the Goa tragedy, in which 25 people died, there is an attempt to put all the blame on the Luthra brothers. And yes, they are to blame because they are the bribe givers. But in the process of only making them, and I repeat, only making them the people responsible, there isn't unfortunately any focus on the bribe givers. Who are the bribe givers? Who are those who operated this place and allowed this place to operate without permits? Who are those who filled it with inflammable materials and who are those who allowed it? Who are those who violated the codes and who are those who allowed them to violate the codes? Ladies and gentlemen, 25 lives lost due to corruption. It is a governance meltdown so deep, so rotten, so shameless. 25 people died, but the story begins long before the fire. The story begins in offices, in files, in notices crushed and buried under cash and connections. This system failed the people long before the fire because the Luthra brothers could not have done this without paying a lot of people, maybe hundreds and thousands of people. We still don't know who those people are who took the bribes. Perhaps because they are in the ruling party, because they are in the government, because they are serving or retired bureaucrats, but they are the nameless, anonymous people who are responsible for the rotten state of corruption in the country. We see the pictures of Gaurav Luthra and Saurabh Luthra being detained in Bangkok and brought back, and we feel justice has been done. But no, ladies and gentlemen, justice has not been done. Justice will be done when we actually get to know how an illegal club survived for all these years, how there were warnings of illegal construction, coastal regulation zone violations, salt pan violations, wastewater into river, collapsing underwater dance floor. It was called a serious threat to human life. All of it is in writing. What happened? Nothing happened because someone was bought out. Do you know who that someone who took the bribe was? Do you know who all those someones are who happily took bribes from the Luthra brothers? No, we don't. The local system collapsed. The notices were given. In 2024, the Anjuna police sought information from the nightclub. The same year, the crime branch issued another notice to the club saying there have been violations. But obviously, those who gave the notices looked the other way when the club continued to function in the way they did, which means there were lots of people who took bribes knowing that people would die. So if you're watching the pictures of the Luthra brothers being brought back and you're thinking, all is fine, it's not, and which is why we must talk about the real facts. We must talk about the hafta system that is operating in Goa, ladies and gentlemen. Weekly payoffs. We must speak of the rot within the BJP government. We must talk about how the system was bleeding. This was a systemic decay case. But the main question I want to wrap up with and round this up with once again is whether who gave the bribes as important as who took the bribes. There are hundreds of thousands of bribe takers who have got away in the Goa case. And I'm emphasizing on this because I know that while the Modi government may have been successful in stopping corruption at the topmost levels, middle-level corruption, bureaucratic corruption, lower-level corruption, which actually hurts the Aam Aadmi, has only become much worse and much more brazen.